Inappropriate and Obsolete Gods, Archetypes and Traits that is affecting our thoughts and behaviors. We came into this life being treated like we know nothing, ignorant if you will. In reality, we are brilliant and have full understanding of who and what we really are. Healing work is about getting back to who we are, the great remember. In our lifetimes, we have been taught and programmed to become small. What would life be like if we could just get those old, obsolete belief structures removed? Join Jeff as he identifies and clears those old and obsolete gods, archetypes, and traits that are affecting our thoughts and behaviors. This will make room for us to be and live happy, healthy, joyful, fearless, loving, and alive. So, without further delay, welcome, Jeffrey.
So you're impacted by family, by the schooling that you go through, by the religion that you're born into and the impact that has on you. You're impacted by the media in this world. And nowadays, the modern phenomenon of social media is a big deal. And it's, I read a report the other day where what percentage of our personality is now molded, or a child coming into this world, what percentage of their personality is now molded and formed via social media, because people are getting on that stuff earlier and earlier, and it has a way of twisting the mind. You look at that world and you think, oh, everybody's out having fun, everybody's out living their life, la vida loca, when in fact it's a moment in time, and most of the time it's even a staged moment in time. They're not really living that life. Okay, so you can't judge yourself by others, and you certainly should not judge yourself by people's social media posts. Okay. Society, what society you're born into, the United States versus also beliefs of society, what they expect as norm. We work really hard sometimes to adhere to the norm. And then medicine. Medicine is having a bigger and bigger and bigger impact on us. There was a time in this world where people got their medicine through homeopathic remedies and natural herbal remedies and so forth and so on. And now the default is to pick up the phone, run to a doctor, get a pill. And medicine has expanded into psychology as well with their drugs, antidepressants, anti-anxiety drugs, those kinds of things. So medicine is having a bigger and bigger and bigger impact on us. Okay. So these all feed into beliefs. These help create your belief structures. A lot of your beliefs are handed to you. They're given to you, and you never question them. And they're handed to you by your family of origin, by religion, by your school, by media, by society. And most of the time, people never stop to question, do I really believe that? And your life bears out what your beliefs are, right? Because we tend to live into what we believe. So that impacts the body, mind, feel complex. Then this is the input side. And then on the output side is your thoughts and emotions. Okay, your actions, and then your results. So nothing is ever created without first being a thought. So the chair I'm sitting in, somebody had a thought that they wanted to create this nice, comfy chair, this recliner or office chair. And then they took that, put it down on paper, and then went and got the money for it and went to a factory and so forth and so on, and then created a chair. So it was first created in the mind, right? So everything we do is first created in our mind or brain in this case. So thoughts and emotions feed into actions. Actions end up with your results. So if you look at this and work your way backwards, you should be able to tell what it is you really believe. Are you 100 pounds overweight? Well, then you don't believe too much in physical health and physical vitality. The results, are you broke? Okay, well then one of your beliefs is around prosperity. like it's for everybody else, but it's not for me, or everybody else can make money and I can't, or what have you. So, and it doesn't matter where it originally came from, whether it was family or school or religion, but you're getting the result of it. So beliefs feed into the body, mind, feel complex. You have thought and emotions, leads to your actions, leads to your results. Energy always follows thought. Energy always follows thought. That's crucial. All right. That's just as important as the first law of the universe is vibration. Energy always follows thought. So if your energy on this side is not the life that you imagined or the life you want, then what are you thinking? What are you telling yourself? And you do have control over this. Okay. Thoughts and emotions you do have control over to some degree. Now, that's the way the system works. That's the way it was set up. And this world is engineered a little differently now. Okay. The powers that be, whoever formed this world, understood this and how energy follows thought. And they began to do things to our body, mind, feel complex. And one of the things that can impact us are programs. These are programs that run in the field, that can run in the mind, can run in the brain, can run in the psyche, can run at the subconscious level, can even run at the unconscious level. So when you break down this body, mind, feel complex, you also have to consider conscious reality, your subconscious reality, and your unconscious reality. Now, a lot of people have never heard of unconscious reality, but unconscious reality is it's a tremendous tool. So your consciousness is the way you view the world, okay? And we can impact that. We can raise our level of consciousness. We can lower our level of consciousness based upon what we do, how we act, what we consume. Subconscious is always running, and it's running 7/24, whether you know it or not. And the job of the subconscious mind is to protect you. If you dig into the subconscious mind, you might find that in a past life, you were put to death for being a healer. You were executed for doing what you came here to do. Now, your subconscious mind does not understand that this is a different reality. This is a different society we're in. This is a different time. And you're not under that threat of being put to death for what have you. But that is certainly a pretty serious situation, that your subconscious mind, if it has a fear of death, will do everything possible to keep you from living into your mission and your purpose and your reason for being here. It will sabotage you left and right because it wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you safe. Now, the third part is, okay, so there's conscious, subconscious, and then there's the unconscious. The unconscious is just this blob in there that it is the culmination of every life you've ever lived, all the lessons you've ever learned, all the skills you've ever gained. You actually do have access to the skills of past lives. So if you learned a modality in a past life, you can bring it forth in this life and use it. You had knowledge and wisdom in a past life, you can bring it forth in this life and use it. That's where the unconscious is: conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Also, if you catch a block or a barrier or some kind of energetic problem in the unconscious, you'll never find it. You'll never find it. It's so vast and so wide and so deep that you can't dig it up and have a discussion with it and say, hey, leave me alone. When the unconscious is blocked, that's when we have to do some very, very deep work. And that's a whole discussion for another time, what the unconscious mind holds. But you can work around it. You're more powerful than that. So if you're aware of it, awareness is always the first step toward transitioning. Awareness is always the first step toward taking control of your life. So if you're aware that something's in your way, that something continues to get in your way, programs are what run in here. Like there are things like a God program, Savior program, and that can be installed from religion. And so if you've got a Savior program, you're always waiting on a Savior to come along and save you. You're always waiting for somebody else to do it for you rather than doing it yourself. Okay. It could be a program of lack that's running. There's all kind, I mean, unlimited amount of programs. It can be a program for poor health, a program for a sick body, a program for the mind not to function properly. So these are things that kind of come in to the field as a result of being in this world. Okay. And that's one thing I want to point out. You need to be in this world, but not of this world. Jesus said that many times in the Bible, be in this world, but not of this world. That's super important. In it, but not of it. If you're of it, you can see the results. That's where you're headed. But if you're in it, but not of it, and you're in it as you, as a spiritual being, you can have some pretty amazing results. The other thing that gets stuck in this field that really jacks with our thoughts and our emotions is shock, panic, and trauma. Shock, panic, and trauma. And I was doing some research the other day. I'm always looking through literature and going back and rereading my manuals. I found some traumas that we kind of cover, but we don't really get there completely, I don't think. One of them is rejection trauma, being rejected by family, friends, society, whatever. Betrayal trauma is always another big one, right? We've all been betrayed at some level, and to some level, we're being betrayed right now by the government that we've supported for all these years. Injustice trauma. Justice is built into the human part of us. Well, a lot of us, most of us have something about justice, to be of service, to help the wounded, to help the downtrodden, to bring justice to this world. I guarantee you at some level, your mission has that component in it somewhere. And then abandonment trauma. Abandonment trauma, it can be as simple as, you know, I had one young lady whose mother dropped her off at the orphanage the day after she was born. That would induce a tremendous amount of abandonment trauma. It can also be that you're down here feeling the weight of the world and the injustice and the negativity of this world, and you feel abandoned by the Creator. You know, we were dropped in this world, and our memory of who we were was taken away from us for the most part. A few of us were able to come through with it intact to some degree, and then eventually regain it by doing some work. But abandonment of the Creator is when you feel like you were just dropped in this world and left alone. Love is your great power. Oh yes, you are an extraordinary being. You have this incredible multi-layered energy system and emotional power structure inside you, but your love fuels the growth of your energy and power. That is why love feels so good. When you have lost someone, or even when you fear loss, love more, love bigger, love deeper. You cannot make your life a reaction to others. You cannot make your life a reaction to others, okay? That's what this has been so far. Your life has been a reaction to others. You must make your life alone. You have to take the fact that you are happy, healthy, joyful, fearless, loving, and alive at your core and make your life from there. I love you all. Thank you so much for participating and growing this field and growing the impact that this field will have on the earth. We will see you in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Love and blessings.
Love and blessings.
Love and blessings. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste to you all. Thank you.